Hi, I'm Riccardo. I'm a creative producer and a brand photographer. So I'm here with Andy Marshall, who is the founder of Harrison Design Consultancy. And so, Andy, do you want to tell us a bit more about yourself and what you do?
Yeah, after working in the design industry, graphic design and branding for 25 years as in many of the top London agencies, I just thought recently it was time to launch my own company and bring that expertise to the fore. So I'd been working in small teams, large teams and everything like that. So working in a small team, you always learn how to do everything because you're very exposed to it all and answer to it all the time. So I'm sort of there, created Harrison Design to help brands to identify how to appeal more to their customers and to have greater resonance internally as well with their employees.
Fantastic, thank you. So today we're going to have an espresso together, and the topic of this espresso is how to use the power of your brand narrative. So, Andy, why don't you tell us a bit more about so what is, as a start, what is a brand narrative?
Okay, well, a brand narrative is really at the very heart of the brand, the core value of the brand. There's always a story to be told from it. And these stories reflect why the company is in existence and can be used as sort of a way of communicating to customers why you exist and what you mean to them as well.
Great, thank you. Uh, so how can we design a brand narrative? I'm just thinking about like a startup or a new company that want to really come up with with their own brand narrative. So how can they do that? I mean, obviously working with people like
Well,
you would be ideal, isn't it?
yeah, yeah, it's quite difficult to do on your own. To like when you look in the mirror, you don't really see what other people are seeing as well. So what I'm doing is offering workshops for businesses that enable them to reveal what the real truth behind what they're doing is. And you can extrapolate the stories from that as well. It creates a real background as to what the purpose is, what the vision is, how you really matter to your consumers and how you matter to all your stakeholders as well, and appeal to them in greater sort of in a greater sort of way, a lot stronger. So that's exactly what you need to be able to do.
It's
It
interesting.
unlocks the potential.
Yeah, it's interesting what you're saying about that sometimes for a brand it's difficult to see themselves in a mirror, and that's why they need to work with people like yourself that can really help them to really kind of show them who are they. And but at the same time, I can imagine that through this workshop, you're not actually telling them what is the narrative of their brands, but you're actually facilitating them to come up with a with their story, isn't it? So tell me more about that. So what's the process that you use?
Absolutely. I mean, you can't just come up with a brand narrative without understanding the behind it all. What is the purpose of the company? What is the true core values of the company? The brand truths behind the company. Why are you in existence? These things then go on to inform the brand narrative. Once you encapsulate that and you think, right, okay, we're in existence for this target audience, we're here to make the world a better place, then you can then build the narrative out of that.
Yeah, and so why do we need a brand narrative? Why does a brand need a narrative? And so how can what can they do with a brand narrative? And why do we need a brand narrative? Uh, what do you think?
Okay, a brand narrative will reflect particularly to your customers how you communicate with them. So it tells you, it forms the spine to the marketing campaign. It tells you how you should be communicating to your customers, to get across to them what they want to know, but also it helps internally as well with larger companies, and they say, well, this is our reason for existence and this is why, and these are the stories as to why we're in existence, because people always relate to stories in a very powerful way. it's almost for them, it underlines a true authenticity as to why it exists, and people remember stories. So they then become the powerful tool for communicating.
Yeah, I mean, stories are very powerful, isn't it? So, so what if we had to give some takeaways to the people who are watching this video? I mean, what have you got any tips or any takeaways that we can give to people?
Well, I think it would be quite good, think about why you're in business in the first place. If you really ask that, it's quite a difficult question. And you think, well, I'm in it to make money. Quite often, really, there's something a lot, sort of the brand truth behind that is something that has a lot more authenticity and appeal. And if you can get to that and then think, right, okay, that's what I'm going to be telling my customers. So your reason for being in business, people want to know that. And you say, well, we're here to achieve a better life for people, or whatever it could be. That then becomes part of your narrative, and you can build your stories out of that and give proof points as to how you've done that and delivered change.
Fantastic. Thank you, Andy. So that's been very useful, and I hope other people will find it quite useful. So yeah, so I enjoy this coffee. I hope you enjoyed it as well. Do you like coffee? How do you take your coffee?
Yeah, always. I do like my coffee, but I know when I go to Italy, I always prefer it there. It's a lot stronger. All you need is a little one, and bang, your day starts. That's
Call it
wonderful.
Italian espresso. I still haven't found one, proper Italian espresso in the UK, but I'm still searching for that. So I might have to open a coffee bar in London to taste the best coffee.
Yeah, there would be demand for it, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Anyway, Andy, thanks a lot for your time, and really appreciate your time, and yeah, really informative talk as well with you. So thank you so much, and see you for the next espresso. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.